a good day. But whenever any date falls on a Friday, any day falls on the 13th, Friday the 13th, it becomes so superstitious. And this is why. Now, it's considered as an unlucky day in Western superstition. It occurs when the 13th day of the month in the Gregorian calendar falls on a Friday, which happens at least once every year but can occur up to 3 times in the same year. For example, 2015 had a Friday, the 13th in February, March, and November, which will happen again in 2026. 2017 through to 2020 had 2 Fridays, 13th, 2016, 2021, 2022. Had just one Friday the 13th, as will 2025, 2023, 2024, that have 2 Fridays the 13th. So, this is that Friday, okay? And a month has a Friday the 13th, and only if it begins on a Sunday. So I'll look back at the calendar and see if it began on a Sunday. But the thing is that this is that year where now that's sequence. The next one will be in 2025. Now, why is it unlucky? Now, one source mentioned that the unlucky nature of the number 13 is a Norse myth about 12 gods having a dinner party in Valhalla. The trickster god Loki, who was not invited, arrived as the 13th guest and arranged for Thor to shoot Balder with a mistletoe-tipped arrow. Now Balder died and the whole earth got dark. The whole earth mourned. It was a bad and lucky day. This major event is Norse mythology caused the number 13 to be considered unlucky. But for Christians, the superstition seems to relate to there were 13 individuals present in the upper room on the 13th of Nisan, Monday, Thursday, the night before his death on Good Friday, right? So there is the reason why Friday the 13th is considered to be a bad luck day, to be a dark day. I don't think people really understand why. Why is it being given such a bad name? For those who are born today on the Friday the 13th, I wish you a very happy birthday. Leave alone the superstitions. You're going to have a fantastic day because you're starting your day with us. Yes. Right here on the Breakfast Jam on www.iconradio.co.ke and youtube.com/iconradioke, where we are indeed live. Start interacting with us. Let us know what you would like to listen to. I got you covered because it's all Request Friday. I know what I want to listen to. I want to listen to jazz from 2016, okay? 2016 had some of the most iconic jams that still resonates to today. There's a guy I was moving around with, his business partner, and he had a whole mix CD, and man, we all agreed 2016 was that year, okay? It was that year for music alongside 2010. It was that year where musicians put out all the stops. They were giving us more than one record. It was such a good one. So yes, if you don't want me to polarize the playlist, be sure to let me know what you'd like to listen to. I got you covered on +254 788 380030. Let's also chop it up about what's going on in the news today. Remember, anything goes. Also, if you'd like to send a request, birthday message, shout out, I got you covered. All you have to do is let me know and I'll call your person for you. We are just kind like that. We got you. Right. Looking at the weather going into 9 a.m. is at 21 degrees, intermittent clouds in Nairobi, going up to highs of 27 degrees later today. Mr. Weatherman, or rather, no, it's going up to highs of 30 degrees in Nairobi. It's going to be hot, people. So, yeah, dress appropriately. If you ever left the house, dress accordingly. Mr. Weatherman, where are our rains? It's not like as you were begging for El Nino to come, but I'm just like, these predictions of yours, they can do go one thing. But yes, it is going to be a very hot day in Nairobi. Mombasa also looking quite hot, 27 degrees, mostly sunny, humidity at 76%, up to highs of 31 degrees later on today. Brace yourselves, people, and enjoy yourselves at the beach if you're having a director's day off. And for Kisumu, 24 degrees, mostly sunny, humidity at 65%. up to highs of 30 degrees later on today. All right, guys, it's going to be a hot day across Kenya, but no matter where you are, no matter the weather, you'll always have a great day with Icon Radio. Taking a look at the roads, traffic has indeed begun and it is heavy almost everywhere. Ngong Road, traffic on both sides. Pockets of it, though, it is, however, moving. If you look at Langata Road, yes, traffic has indeed begun all the way from Uhuru Gardens Estate going, not even Uhuru Gardens Estate, Uhuru Gardens Monument, going all the way past T-Mall and into Nyayo National Stadium roundabout. It's looking, yeah. And for Lusaka Road, traffic is moving. It's not looking too bad. Traffic is moving. Bunyala Road, avoid unless you absolutely have to use that way. The traffic is not looking good at all. Jogo Road, traffic has begun. It's not looking too crazy, but it is picking up, however, slowly. Guys, just if you're not out of the house and you're using that route, get out, because when you're heading now past City Stadium, traffic is nuts, bumper to bumper. Looking at Wayaki Way. Yes, Wayaki Way is the one we're looking at. When we're looking at Wayaki Way, it's not looking too good as well. Traffic has begun on both sides of the road. However, it is indeed moving and it is bearable at this time. Thika Road, nah, just heavy on the traffic. It's not looking good at all. So guys, brace yourselves as you're on that particular stretch of the road. And also tune in to Icon Radio, where we are your number one entertainment plug. Remember, this is All Request Friday. We got you covered. We're taking away the unluckiness of the day, Friday the 13th. It does not affect us in any way. We're here to make you dance. Anything goes. Anything goes. Just let me know. Plus 254-788-380030. Let's get back into the music, and when we come back, we'll be looking at bits of the news, including where it is no way out for people of Gaza, no way out, absolutely. And President Ruto is looking like a snack nowadays. Is telling people, "Come, we welcome you. Come into our country." We're going to be getting into that just after this. Keep it right here on the Breakfast Jam. Absolutely love that jam. I'm jamming in the office right now. Ooh, Lord, that was Cake by the Ocean by Dance. Yes. 2016 was a good year. I'm just trying to do, take it easy, take it calm, because you have your request. You need to send it to me on +254 788 380030. Now, let's get into the news real quick as we proceed with the morning. And there's a lot, again, just a lot happens within one day. And one of these instances is a Kenya Airways flight that was intercepted mid-air. It was arrested in the middle of the air last night. Like, for real, true story. Now, according to reports, police in the United Kingdom have confirmed that a KQ flight from Nairobi was diverted from Heathrow to Stansted Airport in London yesterday, October 12th, in the afternoon. Now, Kenya Airways flight KQ100 was diverted to London Stansted Airport, the designated alternate airport for security incidents. The reason for the diversion is said to be a potential security threat, with local press reporting that bomb squads were seen rushing to the scene. Now, according to Essex Police on X, they said, "We are currently attending an incident at Stansted Airport. A flight from Nairobi to Heathrow has been diverted to Stansted this afternoon. The airport remains open." In a statement, the national airline confirmed that its KQ100 flight from Nairobi to London Heathrow received an alert of a potential security threat. They said in a statement, in part, KQ management, in conjunction with the security authorities of the government of Kenya and the United Kingdom, carried out a thorough risk assessment of the threat. The crew on board were briefed, and all safety and security precautions were taken to ensure the safety and security of our crew and passengers on board. Now, the aircraft continued to descend along the North Sea coast and began flying over Essex, and it continued its descent into Stansted, arriving at its designated stand by 2:52 local time. That's 6:45 Kenyan time. Now, a reporter with the Gazette took to X and described the ongoing situation, saying that there was a huge police presence, and witnesses told him that they had seen a bomb disposal unit en route to the airport. Now, what has transpired for that to happen is not quite clear. But they still give explanation and say the crew on board, supported by 2 medical doctors and a nurse, provided medical assistance to the passenger, who apparently was not feeling well. The captain declared a medical emergency with air traffic control to expedite the landing for the passenger to receive further medical attention. So apparently somebody was not feeling too well. That is why the plane went down. And of course, I've been given emergency care from 2 doctors who are on board. So it going to say that it was actually a medical emergency. And of course, it scared a lot of people. You know, the world is going through a lot of craziness right now. Guys are still reeling over the war between Israel and Palestine. Everybody is taking sides, and nobody knows quite knows what the aftermath of that will be. We do pray that, as this is happening, like, the world does not turn on its head. Things remain a bit calm in everywhere else, but of course, people are on alert. President William Ruto invited the royal couple, also in another instance of our relations with the UK, for a visit, which comes as Kenya prepares to celebrate 60 years of independence from Britain in December. Now, it was announced that they're supposed to be coming in to visit Kenya on October 31st to Friday, November 3rd, 2023, to celebrate the warm relationship between 2 countries and the strong and dynamic partnership they continue to forge. Now, how will that be received by a lot of Africans? We don't know, because after the Queen died, remember, last year, people went and just were like telling stories of the atrocities that African people have gone through what they think about the royal family. A lot of stories continue to come out till today about what they took from African nations, um, what they did with their slaves. It's just a lot. So this visit will be monumentous, but it is a question of how it will be received. Now they'll visit both Nairobi City County and Mombasa County and surrounding areas. I'm sure they're going to have a very good holiday, but let's see again how it will be received by the African nations. Now, moving away from that, we do have President Ruto, who graced the Turkana Cultural Festival looking like an absolute snack. Ugh, whenever he dresses in these Kenyan Masai outfits, man, he actually looks really, really good. A lot of people online have been saying, or a lot of the women have been saying, maybe he should stay in those clothes. Maybe he should just make that his official attire because, like I said, he looks like an absolute snack. President William Ruto has retired, rather reiterated, not retired, sorry about that, has reiterated his commitment to opening Kenya to the world. The president on Thursday graced the annual Turkana Tourism and Cultural Festival, popularly known as Tobongu Lore, which attracted thousands of visitors from across the world. Now, this translates to welcome home. That particular word, Tobongu Lore, it means welcome home. And Ruto said, we are committed to facilitating people from all over the world to Kenya come visa free. Wow. Wow. Now, the news of the president, Ruto gracing the ceremony brought Lodwar to a standstill. Clad in traditional attire, Dr. Ruto arrived in Lodwar on Wednesday ahead of the 3-day event. Now, the 7th Tobongu Lore, coming a day after Kenya marked Tamaduni Cultural Day, brought together pastoral communities from Kenya, Ethiopia, South Sudan, and Uganda. Quite amazing. Now, he wanted to say that the government would develop a lab that was started by Dr. Liki and build a science park in the region, because you do know a lot of origins of mankind have been attributed to Kenya and especially to that particular area. Now, he also added that the cabinet has approved the culture bill, while others like the Creative Economy Framework, the National Kiswahili Council of Kenya, the Kenya Film, and the National Heritage and Museums bills are being developed. So, absolutely looking forward to a visa-free country. Would love to host a lot of people that I know from out there. Of course, this invitation is going to really, really boost our local tourism, our international tourism. It's a great, great move. Absolutely love it. Turkana people are so colorful in their culture, in their ways. I absolutely love their music. Their music is now coming out more and more. There's a page that I have to look up. I'll tell you about it, who you have to follow. And they're mixing both contemporary and Turkana music, and it's absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Kenya has amazing talent, amazing music. Man, it's about time we put this at the forefront. Kudos to you, Mr. President. I absolutely love this move. Let's take a short break. When we come back, we'll be looking a little bit at what's going on in Gaza, what's going on in Israel. More and more people are losing their lives. Unfortunately, more people are just going through a lot of devastation. We do pray that this will not go on too long, as it has in Ukraine and Moscow. Let's look into that just after this, but let's continue to celebrate music from the 2016. If you do have any song you'd like to listen to, be sure to hit me up on +254 788 380030 and Icon Radio KE on our YouTube channel.
Hujambo na karibu katika taarifa za saa 3 kamili, taarifa kwa ufupi. Jina langu ni Lilian Wangari. Kamati ya elimu ya bunge la kitaifa sasa imedhibitisha kuwa kulikuwa na visa kadhaa vya udanganyifu katika mtihani wa kitaifa wa KCSE ya mwaka wa 2022. Kwa mujibu wa kamati hiyo, visa vingi vilisababishwa na kufichuliwa mapema kwa karatasi za mitihani, huku kamati hii sasa ikipendekeza marekebisho kuzuia udanganyifu mwaka huu. Kamati hiyo pia imefichua kuwa idara ya DCI imeshughulikia jumla ya kesi 98 huku kesi 44 zikiwa zinaendelea kuchunguzwa, kesi 17 zikiwa mahakamani na kesi moja ikiwa na hati ya kukamatwa, huku kesi 6 zikiwa zimekamilika. Walimu wasio wenyeji wa eneo la kaskazini mashariki waliosusia kazi wakidai uhamisho kwa sababu ya kiusalama sasa wamefutwa kazi. Tume ya kuajiri elimu imewafuta kazi elimu walimu hawa, huku barua zilizoonyeshwa kwenye vituo vya habari vikiashiria kwamba walimu hao walifutwa kazi tangu mwezi jana. Mahakama ya kushughulikia masuala ya ardhi na mazingira imetupilia mbali kesi iliyopinga kuingizwa nchini kwa vyakula vya kisaki au GMO kwa sababu ya kukosa ushahidi kwa kina madhara kwa binadamu. Jaji Oscar Ongate alitoa uamuzi huo kwenye kesi iliyowasilishwa na kundi la wanaharakati wa kundi la Kenya Peasants League. Hali imesalia tete katika vijiji vya Loruk na Kusili, eneo bunge la Baringo kaskazini, kufuatia uvamizi wa hivi punde zaidi wa mifugo. Katika tukio la kwanza, mtu mmoja amepigwa risasi eneo la Loruk kwenye uvamizi wa mifugo alipokuwa malishoni. Tukio la pili lilitokea eneo la Kusile. Mashambulizi hayo yamewaacha wakazi kwa hofu na hata biashara kufungwa kwa hofu ya uvamizi zaidi. Kufikia hapo ndipo tutakapokamilisha habari za Icon Radio KE kwa ufupi. Langu jina ni Lilian Wangari.
taking it back to the year 2016, which gave us a lot of good music that was pretty better with Shawn Mendes. We're in the final hour of this particular show, and then we make way for the boys as they come in with Wake and Chop. Absolutely looking forward to that. It's always a vibe between 10 and 1 p.m. And remember now, they are taking in calls. You can interact with them live on our WhatsApp number +254 788 380030. Call in, give in your request, try and get to the conversation. Of course, just interact with the boys as they go and take you through the morning. Yes, now, I'll finish off with the last bit of the news. Of course, we can't go on without, of course, talking about what is currently going on, which is the Israel Palestine war that has seen absolute devastation this week, from last week and coming into this week, and it's just been horrible images coming out of that particular area. Palestine being the worst hit because, of course, the entire world has come down on that one particular small piece of country. Now, I was looking into the history of Israel and Gaza, and the funny thing is that Palestine was colonized by the British some time back. And then all of a sudden, they divide up the land like they did with Africa. They divide up the land, and now Israel was formed. And then finally the British leave. Israel is there, Palestine is there. And then now Israel just started now taking more and more and more of Palestine's land, just cutting it deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, until now would have been left with what they call now the Gaza Strip. And it's a small piece of land compared to what they had before, and they're still being fought for it. It's like complete total annihilation that is being looked for in this particular case. Now, the Western media, the American press, are mostly highlighting what's going on in Israel, and it's been just devastation, absolute devastation. You can't take that away from them. But Palestine has been severely hit day after day. People are losing their lives. The children who are innocent, don't know anything about what's going on, are losing their lives, ending up hurt, confused. People are upset. They've lost their husbands, they've lost their wives, they've lost their grandmothers, they've lost their grandfathers, they've lost their children. This war has been absolutely senseless. Absolutely senseless. And of course, we have to speak out against it. And we pray that if instead of joining in, that these superpower nations would seek for mediation, because emergency relief is not being allowed into Palestine. Food, water, supplies, electricity has been completely cut off. Kids are starving, actually starving right now, because there isn't food, and whatever little is there, it's depleting by the day. Medical supplies as well. Israel attempted to even just or threatened to bomb any medical relief that's coming into the country. And now it is apparent, air, land, and sea, you can neither come in nor leave Gaza. So they're in this, again, open air prison, but now with nothing coming in or going out. It's crazy. And now, adding on to that, there is one particular area between Gaza and Egypt where you can leave. But unfortunately now, Egypt is saying Gazans must remain on their land. They cannot cross over to Egypt. Now, Egypt's President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi said Thursday that Gazans must stay steadfast and remain on their land, amid calls for Cairo to allow safe passage for civilians stuck in Gaza. The Rafah border crossing between Egypt and Gaza is the only passage in and out of the coastal enclave not controlled by Israel. Israel has bombarded the Hamas-ruled Gaza Strip since Saturday in reprisal for a shock Hamas attack on Israel that has killed 1,200 people, mostly civilians, and looks poised to send ground troops into Gaza, where officials have reported over 1,400 deaths. Egypt is committed to ensuring the delivery of aid, both medical and humanitarian, at this difficult time, Sisi said, affirming Cairo's firm position of ensuring Palestinians' legitimate rights. But he stressed in a speech at a military ceremony that Gazans must stay steadfast and remain on their land. Now, the tiny coastal enclave, home to 2.4 million people, already blockaded since 2007, is under siege by Israel, which has cut off water, food, and power supplies. 6 days of relentless Israel air and artillery strikes have reduced entire districts to rubble. Now, Egypt is historically a key intermediary between Hamas and Israel and has called for donors to send humanitarian and aid bound for Gaza to El Arish airport, but has pushed against calls to allow fleeing Palestinians into its land. So Palestinians remain stuck in that particular place. Again, we're praying for mediation. Too many loss of lives on both sides. Yesterday, I think it was Al Jazeera that gave an account of how many loss of lives have been on both sides, and it's amounting to almost 10,000 people within a week, guys. Within a week, 10,000 people wiped out. So we pray for this war to end. We pray for peace to reign. Guys, let's go on a break. When we come back, we'll be looking at the entertainment news making the headlines this morning, exactly 9:20 a.m. You can send me your requests. Let me know what you would like to listen to. We got music trending from 2016 playing and featuring this morning, but anything goes because it is a total request hour. We got you covered. Jams from 2016 was some of the best. You were listening to Lean On. That was, hey, why am I forgetting all these people's names? This is age just catching up. Aki, and don't quote me. That was Major Lazer and DJ Snake featuring ML with Lean On, playing right here on the Breakfast Jam, where we are showing love for the 2016. And we've had both from Afrobeats, Kenyan music, and of course international as we go through your requests this morning. Remember, it's all about you as we get into that TGIF Fridays. Yes, now we get into the entertainment news making the headlines this morning. Now, it's unfortunate news for a famous TikToker who's been jailed for insulting the president. Ana da Silva Miguel, the TikTok sensation, better known as Neth Nahara, has found herself in quite the TikTok amentory plot twist. She's been handed a 2-year sentence for insulting none other than Angola's head honcho, President João Lourenço. Now, at first, they served her a 6-month sentence back in August, which apparently was just too lenient. The prosecution just went, oh no, we must be too soft on Miss Miguel. And now she's got to get 2 years to ponder her TikTok opinions. How did she insult the president? You wonder? Well, Net Nahara said, apparently, that anarchy, disorganization, and leading a retrogressive government is what the president is doing. And she said this to her 230,000 followers. To top it off, she went on to accuse him of the lack of schools, housing, and jobs in the land of black gold, which is Angola. Well, now in Kenya, of course, our politicians include the president. Of course, they see what's going on social media. For those who get arrested, get arrested. There's a time when a particular blogger, or it was a Xa. They call Xas because it was with Twitter. It was tweeps. I don't know what to call them with X. Are they Xas? Whatever it is. But guys on X, there's a guy on X who was arrested for apparently putting out speeches that were not too well liked by DP Rigathi Gachagua. And he had the moniker of a female name. When he was arrested, he was like, no, it's me, Sylvester. And unfortunately, he had to spend time in jail. Those are the people who have been, jailed for whatever they have to say. That would include Boniface Mwangi and the likes. But now this lady got slapped with a 2-year sentence. With that sentence, she's also been ordered to pay $1,200. That's 180,000 shillings for damage caused to this particular president's reputation. It's unfortunate that, yes, this has happened, but again, hate speech goes even to the highest levels of the office. So, of course, sometimes try and watch what you say, even if it may be popular or unpopular. But she did speak out against things that she felt were ills in her country. How it was received, unfortunately, not too well. It got her a jail time. But of course, it also gives to the fact whether leaders do take what their citizens say seriously. She did point out a lack of proper systems in her government, lack of proper housing, jobs, security, things that people do talk about when they employ you. As President Ruto likes to say, we are employed by the people of Kenya. When they do employ you, is it then wrong for them to say to the people who they have employed that things are not going right? You're not doing what we employed you to do. Why is it then something that will end you up with a jail term? Well, it is unfortunate, and it sees her spending the next 2 years of her life in jail. And of course, I would love to hear from you. Let me know what your thoughts are on this. Is free speech something that the African nations need to be able to employ? Is it something that African nations should not shun? Is it something to be scared of if you do give your thoughts and opinions out there in the public about what you think could be injustice against your country? Let me know. +254 788 380030. Now, elsewhere, before we do go back into the music, as we head into the top of the hour, we do have trouble that's looming for companies that have copied Annalisa's executive water bottle design. Now, she put out on social media the fact that the bottle was exclusive to executive still water. They're the first ones to come out with it, in her opinion, in a very humble opinion, that she's the first one to come out with it, and therefore anybody who steals the design of that bottle will or should be prosecuted. Now, according to the news, entrepreneur and social media influencer Annalisa Mugai is working on taking legal action against companies that have or rather copied her executive water bottle design. Now, there's the design usually, normally for a lot of bottles, it's usually straight, or it comes down. It's a little round at the neck, and then it comes straight down. But for her bottle, it has like a curve somewhere in the middle, almost imitating, a woman's hips. It's nice and round. And she seems to think that nobody else did it before, and therefore nobody else should do it now. Now, speaking during an exclusive interview with the press, she had trademarked her bottle design and company name, and all the companies imitating her would be in trouble. She said, when I started Executive Water, we were the only company that had that bottle shape, and then people started copying us. Yet we are the only ones who are supposed to have that shape, and people don't know that. She went on to add that there was an ongoing court case in regards to copywriting her design, although she was reluctant to give further information. Funny enough, she says, I don't even know that, but someone told me and I followed through and was given a certificate. So her herself, she didn't know that there was a copyright on a particular bottle, but she got the certificate, and she's like, cease and desist from using my copyright on the bottle. Now, for people who have copyrights, you know that you have protected your work, you have protected the identity of your work, and therefore nobody else should be able to use it without permission. And this is what she is claiming. Now, the heiress noted some of the things that had pushed her to take legal action is the fact that people were starting to make mistakes, that other brands were her brand, and also the fact that other companies were even going beyond just a bottle shape, but trying to incorporate her brand name executive into their brand in order to perhaps sell more. Now, somebody who has had their work stolen, or somebody who has tried to replicate her work before, I fully understand what Annalisa is going through. Please go after these guys. It is unfortunate that people are not creative, they are not innovative, they are not honest in their dealings, and therefore have no problem stealing other people's ideas, creative ideas and thoughts. So this needs to end. Stop it right now. Annalisa, we are behind you with that one. Go after the culprits. Even selling the name. Come on, the name, guys. All you have to do is Google search anything. Be creative. Come up with your own ideas. Let's go back into the music. And of course, we'll be coming back to finish off this particular show in this particular hour right here on the Breakfast Jam. The name of the song is Enjoy with Diamond and Jokes Play right here on the Breakfast Jam. And that's the name of the game this TGI Fridays. It's all about enjoying yourself. And that is what is going to be happening this morning. As the boys already in studio, we do have a 518 coming in with the Wake and Chop. You know, it's vibes on vibes on vibes, music galore, and of course, your requests all morning. So be sure to tune in and vibe with the guys, and be sure to call them up on +254 788 380030. Get into the conversation that they're going to be having today. Of course, stay on to Icon Radio, where we're going to be also showcasing new music later on in the day. Keep it right here for more entertainment. We'll see you guys again next week. Have a fantastic and safe weekend ahead. If anything is going on, don't be shy to invite us. Just let us know. Hit us up, and we will try and come through. I've been your girl, Myra Maloba, the Afro Punk Queen. See you on Monday.